party of 5 people from Pennsylvania that died Monday morning, Tuesday at noontime. They had their
They
5
were all
deer.
done, weren't they?
It was a different world back then.
Yeah. You and Arthur lived in the heyday of Maine deer hunting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the golden age. The friendship started at 5 years old in the neighborhood,
Yes.
In the
and
neighborhood.
here we are 75 years later.
Pete and I have been closer than brothers. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's it. You don't need another friend.
right.
You got Pete.
So have you been doing this, getting together to go hunting every year for, I mean,
Not enough.
not
in
enough.
recent
No,
years.
no, it's never enough.
In the recent years, right? The
Right.
early years, that's where we were.
Yeah, together all the
From
time.
the college days, we'd jump in our vehicles.
Sometimes life gets in the way.
Yeah, oftentimes it does.
Military, whatever. I was drafted, he got drafted. Our wives lived together for a period of time. Anyway, it isn't just him and I. We were just all family.
Right. To be able to still do this and go out and shoot a deer this week. And the friendship started at 5 years old.
He
And
had a good guide.
he did. An even better friend.
Best friend of my life.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. That's, like I say, that's the,
I told him, I said, you walk up that road, you see a deer track going down towards the river. Go down in there and follow it.
this is how it's going to
I said,
happen.
you won't have to go very
You
far.
didn't tell me that. You said walk up the road and I'll meet you back at the truck.
That was me in 1948.
No
Grandfather
kidding.
dog.
No kidding.
That's when that belly was starting to grow right there.
Was my first boat that day. That was the first time they let me go by myself.
Oh, how things have changed.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Arthur and I going off on another safari.
Who's, Sleepy Atkins must have been. That must have been his plane.
Oh, that was
Clarence.
Claire Morrow's airplane.
Oh, yeah. I probably rode in that plane.
Probably.
That airplane is sitting in Ashland right now.
Yeah, I probably rode in that plane going into Harrow Lake when I was 10 years old.
That was my father and me taking a new easy chair up Fish River to our camp at the falls.
Yeah,
I was riding in style.
you were. Take a nap on the way up. Fred.
5 horse, 7 horse. What is
7.5.
that? I have that same one up in the pole barn.
The clutch on the top.
Yep.
Neutral.
We had one similar, Johnson.
Yep.
That's,
Yeah,
an,
we
that's
had-
an Evinrude
Evinrude.
there, but
Yeah.
that had the tank in the motor. Didn't have a
Yeah,
separate tank.
we had one very similar that, and Dad gave
Green?
it to a guy in Sinclair.
Was it green?
No, blue.
Blue. Yep.
Yeah. Pushing the old square stern sponson that he had.
I remember that.
That's another load going up to the Fish River Falls.
Propane stove, refrigerator.
Yep.
So I think we talked about that. A white canoe, was that a white?
No,
That's an
probably
Old Town.
Old Town.
That's an
Old
Old Town canoe.
You
Okay.
can tell by the bow.
I suppose the fact that to reach a lot of places you needed a canoe and had to go upriver, you were probably a pretty good canoeman with a pole and a paddle.
Well, we got by.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of standing up with a pole in the back of a canoe, so that's kind of a lost art. There's not many people that can do that
If
today.
you wanted to go up those streams.
Yeah.
There's some pretty interesting stories about their trips going up Fish River. Some pretty
We
interesting
won't
stories.
tell them all.
Well, you could tell a few.
Just to give you some idea, in that era, there was all kinds of campgrounds on Fish Lake. And on the weekends and holidays, how many people would go to Fish Lake?
Well, it would not be unusual for 50 to 75 canoes to come up Fish River to the falls. And in those days, there was a camp right at the head of the falls at the foot of Round Pond which was we called the old Teamsters camp. And originally they had a horse and a wagon, and the guy would go in there in the spring when the water was up, so they were running the river, and he would have this horse and wagon, and he would haul canoes around the falls for them. So you didn't have to carry your canoe.
Right.
And after a while, the horse died, and they got an old farm-all tractor with a narrow front end with a crank start on it, and 4 flat tires. But he hauled
It would
canoes.
move.
He hauled canoes right steady for
Yeah.
May and early June.
I think the privy's leaning towards Sawyer's.
Well,
there.
that was the day we decided that we didn't need the privy anymore, and we
Going high tech.
rolled it over up onto the snowbank, and we set fire to it.
There you go. Yeah.
There's a picture, and my mother had a big set of logbooks that she used to keep for the camp. There was like 5 different volumes from 1927 until we sold the camps in '85. And all these pictures I've scanned out of those books. That's where they were. And her caption under that was the passing of the back house.
Is that going in or going out?
I think that's coming in.
So what's the story on that wood stove?
That one, we needed a new, that was built by the Portland Stove Foundry, which had closed. And Father wanted a new wood stove, and he knew the guy that owned the foundry, and he called him up and said, I need a stove. So I said, well, I'm sorry, but we shut the foundry down here last month, and we're not making them anymore. But he said, I'll tell you what, he said, if you'll buy 3 of them, I'll start the foundry up and make them.
No kidding.
And that's one of them. Dad said, make them. That's my mother with her. That's the fish. That's the pattern for
Yep.
all the. That was my grandfather, Dr. Christie. He was a radiologist. He was one of the pioneers in the field of radiology
No kidding,
back
yeah.
in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
That's him. He was an avid fisherman. Jason's got that fly rod here somewhere.
I do. Actually,
And you
check
said
that-
it was a Leonard, is
Leonard
that?
rod,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was paying attention last night. I thought I heard that thrown out.
And that rod that my grandfather has was a gift to him by the American University. He was
Yep.
president of the Board of Trustees of the university for
Right.
quite a few years, and when he retired from that, they presented him that rod.
Yeah.
It's got his name inscribed on it and
Wow.
the dates that he was involved with the university. Jason's got it here somewhere.
And unique about bamboo rods in Aroostook County is that you very seldom find a bamboo rod that is like 3, 4, 5 weight. Most of them are 9, 10 weight
Heavy
because
rods.
virtually everybody Atlantic salmon fished in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
I have a dozen 9-weight bamboo rods from
Right.
the county. But as far as smaller weights,
Trout rods. Yeah.
very rare, very rare.
Yeah.
My other grandfather, A.J. Beck, had a Thomas salmon rod. It was 11 feet long,
Two-handed?
two-handed rod.
Yep.
And it was bamboo that was made by Thomas.
I like the fact they still wore the coats and the ties
Yeah.
when they, even sometimes when they hunted, I see old photos of the old hunters there. They wear a tie
Yeah.
and stuff. And yeah.
Putting in the
Makes
light
it-
pole?
yeah.
Put a light pole in at Fish River Falls.
Who's the gentleman in the back?
Fellow in the back was Darrell Gagne. He was Vice President of Operations for Maine Public Service Company at the time.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you go there right now, that post is still there, but it's all trees behind it.
Probably.
So could you drive to this camp,
Yes.
Pete? Yeah.
Well, you could. We couldn't when I was young, real young.
Right.
They put a road in there when I was probably 62 or 3.
So getting to the camp was what you
Easier with
upstream?
a canoe.
Up
you-
the river by canoe or by airplane.
From Portage Lake.
Or by airplane to
Yeah.
Round
We
Pond.
came in one time during our college years, and Pete had a Volkswagen. He drove all the way down the road to the camp. Next morning we get up to go hunting. We had about 22 inches of snow.
Oh my goodness.
We couldn't see much of the Volkswagen out in front of the camp.
How did you get out of there?
Well, we managed.
Momentum.
When we left Bangor, had the back seats taken out of the Volkswagen because we were going on a hunting trip for Thanksgiving. Put a 55-gallon drum in the back of the Volkswagen, filled it full of gasoline, and two of us heading to the woods. Of course, we were young boys back then, smoking pipes and cigars and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Just a bomb waiting to go off.
But we all lived through the trip.
The one good thing about taking a Volkswagen hunting, if you get stuck, you can literally kind of pick it right up and move it.
You have a good wagon jack and it works well.
Yeah, yeah. Because,
This picture was at our camps at Portage.
okay, yeah.
And who is that fella?
That was a friend of the family from Maryland that came up, visit boat every summer for a week or so. His name was Bob Holmead.
So I'm hearing about a lot of camps, Pete. So between your wife's family and your family, how many camps did you?
Way too many.
Way too many. Yeah, because I'm hearing, like the Atkins family with the Red River camps, and then Portage. Did you have them on Fish Lake too? You had it.
Yes,
Yeah, and
but
then
not at that time.
okay, different times then.
Different time.
Yeah.
That was a picture of the crew that, well, some of the people that worked there, and there were a couple of the guests that were there too. The lady in the white was Emily Goodblood from Buffalo. She was
Yes.
cooking at the camp then.
Yeah. Yeah, I recognize the name.
On the right side was Frank and Nora Bartlett. They both worked there. John Crabtree, the local game warden.
So the clientele back then, Pete, were they out-of-staters mostly, or
Had both.
Did ya?
A lot of Maine people
a
came.
lot of Maine people came up there? Yeah.
But had non-residents also.
Yeah.
But it was a different world back then.
Yeah.
The rates were like $12 a day for included meals and cabin, boats, motors.
Right. And you could drive right to the camps at that time?
At that time you could,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Is that Sleepy?
That's Sleepy Atkins, yep. He owned the camp at the time.
So at this time, did Sleepy own these Red River camps? Is
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
He bought them in 1962.
Yeah. And you guided for them,
I did.
Pete? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Both hunting and fishing, or?
Mostly fishing, but
Yeah.
because I was still in school, so
When did you get your guide's license? How old were you?
I think at that time it was 16 that you
No
could get it.
kidding. Wow.
But I was actually guiding when I was about
Right.
14.
Exactly. Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
And at that time, Sleepy was still in the warden service.
Right.
He was the supervisor in the Pascal.
Right.
Division.
District. Yeah. Yeah.
But the department gave him permission because he only had like 2 years left to go, and they gave him permission to buy the camps. 'Cause
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
either then or never. They
Yeah.
were going to be sold at that time. So
So the canoes back then, Pete, were they all wood canvas type of
they
canoes?
had both wood canvas
Yeah.
and aluminum.
A lot of maintenance on the
Well, not too much in there because they were all just used on ponds.
on the
but,
ponds, right?
you know,
Not being beat up
when
on
you
the
start using
on the
them
rivers.
that,
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
start getting
Yeah.
into maintenance issues.
Yeah.
But he also had a lot of aluminum canoes. We didn't have any
Right,
of
Grumman.
didn't have any of the Tupperware canoes. That
Right,
they
exactly.
use
Yeah, the
now.
plastic stuff. Yeah.
That's at Red River, Fred?
That's at Red River. That's the two newest cabins there that Herschel Curry built.
Quite the mud sill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shoreland prep was just fantastic.
The ice house was just to the left of that. That's gone now. I don't believe that's there
Yeah.
anymore. But
So the camps typically shut down after deer season, is that what?
Yes.
Yeah. You'd go up in the winter though, maybe to clean off the roofs once in a while?
Once in a while, we'd
Pete?
always go in, usually the day after Christmas, to cut the ice. We'd fill
Yeah.
the ice house.
Exactly, yeah,
Arthur used to go in with us
Yeah.
and help us.
yeah, that was yeah,
Depending on the winter, he'd go in once or twice to shovel roofs off.
yeah,
15 fish or 7.5 pounds.
yeah,
Most of those ponds in there had a 5 fish limit, so
Yep.
to get you 15, you had to fish 3 different ponds
right, right,
in the day.
yeah. Now I think up there, I think it's 2 fish per pond, isn't it, Jason?
I'm
I don't
sure.
know
Yeah.
what it is now.
Is there any trophy waters? No kill waters?
No, not that I know of.
Now, is that the very first snowmobile in Aroostook County? Is that
No, that was a later one.
that's a later one?
That's an Alpine, a double track.
Yeah, you had the very first one you said up here
I had the first
Pete?
one north of Holton,
north of Holton, and what make was that?
Skidoo,
Skidoo. Yeah,
Any horse?
7.
7?
yeah,
Had a Kohler, four-stroke engine, Kohler
Yeah.
engine on it.
yeah.
The deer have a name?
I don't think so. I don't recall it.
The dog have a name.
I don't even know whose dog that
Let me
is.
guess, Rex.
Who put the bell on the deer?
I assume Sleepy did.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah,
A couple of guests there. The fellow in the center was Al Knight. He was a sales manager for WFSG in Caribou,
Yep.
and he spent a lot of time in the Red River. That's an aerial shot of some of the ponds in the area.
Looks like new roads.
yeah, yeah. You can. They're pretty distinct, aren't
Yeah.
they, Jason?
That's Pushing Pond in the
Right.
background, and then you look across, you just see the end of the bully.
Now, when I was there, you could still see the old log sluice going into Pushnear, Pete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you must have. Did they use it back when you? And they would run the logs down the Red River down into St. Croix.
It wasn't logs; it was 4-foot pulpwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
There was a dam right at the foot of
exactly, right on Pushnear
the,
there.
at the
Yeah.
foot of the pond there.
Yeah, but like I say, I can remember, and probably still can, if you looked up from the roadway, you looked up to the left, you could see where the sluice used to be,
Yeah.
where they run the
it's
pulpwood
almost-
down.
If you look where the garden is,
Right,
there,
right,
and you look
exactly.
right down, it's almost right there on the
Exactly, yeah,
You see the building behind the lodge there,
Yeah.
frame building.
Yep.
That was originally a schoolhouse.
Oh,
no
really?
kidding.
When the Chapman family who built those camps in the 1800s, they would come up all summer and stay the fall, and they actually would bring a tutor in to
No kidding.
teach the kids.
So the original owners of the place, it was private. It
Yes.
wasn't, it
Oh,
wasn't
yes.
a sporting
Yeah. No, it was
camp.
a private
Yeah.
camp.
Wow.
And that's the Chapman Tow Road
That's Chapman Tote Road,
in
And,
1800s?
1890 roughly.
Yeah.
Yep.
they were from,
I don't know, they're
Yeah.
out of state somewhere, New York, I think. but I'm
exactly,
not sure.
probably, yeah, obviously a family of prominence or whatever that,
And they sold it to a family by the name of Whitman, who owned it next, and it was the same thing, it was a private family.
right, right? Wow.
And then it was sold to Will McNally, Dana McNally's father.
Yep.
And he ran it commercially.
So he was the first person that ran it commercially there, McNally.
He had camps on Fish Lake on the island.
Yes, yeah, and up on the Allagash?
On the Allagash.
Yes.
Well, Will didn't have those, his son Dana built
Okay,
those.
yeah, yeah,
But
And he had camps at Fort
then
Misquaker.
then
yeah.
Will sold them to my grandfather, Arthur Christie, who was a doctor in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
He was a radiologist. And grandfather owned them till sometime, probably right after World War II. And he had a fellow by the name of Herschel Curry that from Portage who worked for him, guided him, and took care of the camps
Right.
and everything. And he sold the camps to Herschel.
Yeah.
Say sold, he practically gave them to him.
Yeah.
And Herschel started running them commercially. Then when he died, Sleepy bought them. So that's the new lodge being built. The old lodge was struck by lightning and burned,
Right.
and that's when Brophy owned it. And that's building the new lodge.
You did that, Jason? You hauled the,
My wife did.
oh, no kidding. Yeah.
We used the off-road log truck, hauled the logs in, and then my wife drove the self-loader truck, unloaded the off-road log truck, and would haul groups of 2 or 3 logs down over the bank to where they were building the cabin.
Yeah.
The only way they could keep the truck from rolling over, he had to ride on the loader on the roof of the truck. And as they were going down the hill, he'd extend the loader on the opposite side of the truck so it
For
wouldn't
ballast. Yeah.
for ballast.
Yeah.
And then when they got back to the shop that day, it was like, why is the truck leaning to the right? That weight of doing that bent the frame.
Wow.
And we took the body off it and put a block of steel to make it look level. That's the way it ran the rest of the time.
We were about 20 years too late,
Oh.
Jason. You and I.
I'd go back 40.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, was that the year that you got 99 deer,
Yes,
Fred?
yes.
Out of how many hunters?
105.
105 hunters.
Amazing. What year?
That would have been, I think, that was either 62 or 63.
Yeah. So we talked about that, Fred. You and Arthur lived in the heyday of Maine deer hunting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the golden age.
Some beautiful deer.
They are nice rocks.
Good
my
genetics.
goodness.
Wicked tines on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Party of 5 people from Pennsylvania that I guided. They started hunting Monday morning, Tuesday at noontime. They had their
They
5
were all
deer.
done, weren't they?
All
Pete?
done. They
Yeah.
went home Wednesday.
So typically, was it a 1-week stay for the guest? Is that how they?
Normally,
Yeah, because back in the day, sometimes it
in
would
the
be.
hunting season, it was a minimum.
Yeah.
For 1 week,
Yeah.
they didn't offer a 2-day or a 3-day trip.
You go back, further in time, and people used to come up for
Months.
a month or whatever.
And do you ever look at the history of why they did that?
I assumed it was the travel deal that you took.
A lot of it had to do with the fact that in the cities, people cooked with wood. So there was all of this smoke in the city, and there was no air conditioning. So smog in the city
Right.
was
A health
overwhelming.
issue.
So
Yeah.
they needed to leave town. Now, another thing to notice about this photo is that Fred guided these people, and look at those magnificent bucks. And he guided a guy this week who ended up with a 11 pointer.
Thank you, Jason.
Obviously, over time, things didn't get better.
Right.
But I have to say that I
Still
didn't
got
see
the only
any
buck in
others
the
hanging
camp.
on the pole.
Yeah. You're
It
still
might have
doing
been
it.
the guide guiding the guide.
Well, one of us could still walk. A little bit.
Yeah. That.
Fred and Arthur have a lifetime of stories. But they're more than just about the woods. They're really about a lifetime of family, friends, and memories made. If you value this kind of history and this way of life, stay tuned. There's going to be more to come.